Hello and welcome back to another video. So it's time to have a look at the new Blood Elf male and female. Well, more just a sneak preview. These are not animated or anything like that, and we don't know when this is actually going to come out into the game. And of course, like a lot of these more sneak peekish posts, this is work in progress, so perhaps some stuff may be fixed or tweaked, but it does seem like this is pretty much near enough the final visual look of the model. Now, as has been the case for some of the newer models, like say the well, I don't know, the Draenor, it's more of a just general, increase in quality for various things, rather than something completely insane, like, say, if you compare the difference between an old human and a new human. However, I do think this is actually one of the best new models that they have put into the game, for both the male and the female, actually. Really, from my perspective, they both completely carry over the past sort of feel of the model while just looking a lot better in the process. So let's first talk about the male. I think the main thing you're going to notice, as has been the case for pretty much most of the models, is the muscle definition and all that stuff is all there. It looks a lot better, and if you just look at the general outline, it definitely does benefit from having more polygons. That stuff is all pretty good, but really the male is the exact same, just looks a bit more shiny and with better underwear. In terms of other things, of course, we've got some updates for the hair, so that all looks a bit better. Hopefully the animations for the pointy ears on the eyebrows will be better as well. I just think it's a very good model, so yeah, that's pretty good. Also, if you look at the eyes, I think you can sort of see, it's not just a block color, there's a little bit of like a thing going on with the iris and the eye, so that's nice enough. Now let's move on to the Blood Elf female. Now, like the male, this has just received a lot of the general upgrades in terms of, more polygons, better textures, etc, etc, etc. However, unlike quite a few other models, this one has got some changes, actually, and I think they're good changes because, well, I didn't really like how it looked in the previous model. I always thought the Blood Elf females looked a little bit strange in one or two regards, and it seems like some of that stuff's been fixed. First of all, they do seem to be a little bit more filled out, really just to the point where they actually look a bit more believable. I think the old ones sometimes looked a little bit silly, and that was mainly just because they didn't have as many polygons to work with. Now that they can finally make just more defined curves and stuff like that, it makes a more, kind of real, sexy-looking model, and I guess that's totally what they're going for when it comes to Blood Elves, both male and female. So yeah, there's just, I think, overall body shapes it being improved. It just, I don't know, it's more refined, whatever, and better. Also, the neck appears to be a little bit taller as well, so that's a thing. I guess, yeah, it does look a little bit better with the neck being like that. It kind of looks more powerful and authoritative in a way. I don't know, it sort of keeps that mean streak going in this species or race, whatever, so that's cool. In terms of other things, once again, better underwear and all that stuff, and a dad ass, which is, of course, what the internet has been ablaze about for the last while. Moving on to the face, I think, once again, the faces are one of the areas where the new models really do shine, and there's a lot more definition. They actually look like the faces of real beings, rather than the, I don't know, just bizarrely textured things that WoW faces used to be. Also, the eyes, actually, the screenshots here that are a little bit more close up than the equivalents for the male, and you can definitely see the increased eye detail. That's nice. The old ones were just more of a block color, whereas here you can actually see a lot more detail in the iris and stuff like that, so that's pretty cool. Also, the nose looks like a nose as opposed to a bizarre pointy thing that you could stab someone with, which is a good thing. I think my main hope with the faces of both the male and female is that when they're animated, they just retain a little bit of that kind of mean or sharp feel that the race currently has, because of course if you look at Blood Elf lore and even just the Burning Crusade cinematic, they got a bit of a mean streak. So if they kind of go super goofy on the animations, I'd be a little bit sad. It's one criticism that I have for some of, say, the new Draenor animations. They're a little bit too jovial, I think, to suit the race, and I hope they don't fall into the same trap with the Blood Elves. So really, on the whole, I think this is a fantastic upgrade. You never know, maybe when I decide to roll Horde someday, I'll probably try out a few Blood Elves. Maybe I'll just do one of every race, whatever. So yeah, certainly I think it's a really awesome model, and hopefully the people who play Blood Elves have been at least initially made happy by this. Really, it's something I kind of have to get right though, because Blood Elves were one of the most demanded new models. And, of course, they did decide to go back to the drawing board and spend a bit more time on it. Certainly, I think that the product that they have now is very good, and it seems like waiting was certainly the right decision. And it's nice to see a company be willing to just wait and, see if something actually can be made better and really meet its full potential, and Blizzard seems to have a habit of doing things like that. Anyway, that's it for the video. Be sure to let me know what you think about this model update down in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.